Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's been a minute since I uploaded a video. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. Now, if y'all haven't noticed, I am a crocheter now. And today we're going to be doing a tutorial video for you guys. So, in today's video, we're going to be making the one and only fanny pack. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you leave a like and comment down below if this tutorial was simple and easy for you. If y'all want me to do more tutorials in the future, please comment down below what tutorials that you guys would need. And yeah, I'll try my best to try to get them out as soon as I can. Now, enough of all that rah, 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 rah. Let's get into the tutorial video. So today how we're going to start this fanny pack, we're going to do chain 4 and slip into that very first stitch, y'all. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a slip and we're going to literally chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this very first one right here, we're going to take the hook there. And then we're just going to slip it through and then chain 2. Again, if you guys need help creating a magic ring, comment down below, let me know, and I will do a separate video on that. But this is how we're going to start our project. You're going to start your project like this for every granny square. But if you already have your own way of starting a magic circle, do it. Go for it. So this first chain 2 represents our first double crochet. So what we're going to do is add 2 more double crochets into this magic circle right here. So we're going to do 1, 2. Now how I like to do my granny squares, I like to chain 2 in between each cluster. Again, oh, what's that on the yarn? So, with the first cluster, I like to chain 2 in between. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, and then we're going to add 3 more double crochets into the magic circle right here. So 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to repeat this step 2 more times, so until you get a total of 4 clusters all the way around. So again, we're going to chain 2. We're going to add 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to chain 2. We're going to add 3 more into that double crochet. Into that magic circle. My bad. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, you have a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you're going to do is slip into the top of that chain space right there. You're going to go right here, and you're going to slip it right there. Now, sometimes a lot of people get confused right in this area after you make the slip stitch, and then people get confused. So I'm going to show you my way on how not to get confused, so that this might help you. Okay, what I do after I slip stitch right here, I chain 2 more, right? And then this space right here, I put 2 more double crochets into that same space right here. 1, 2, And what we're going to do is chain 2, right? We're going to chain 2. And then we're going to also add 3 more double crochets into that same stitch, the same little part right here. So we're going to 1, 2, 3. And as you see, we're starting on our second row. So now what we're going to do, we're going to repeat this same process in all the clusters. All the corner spaces. All these corner spaces, we're going to repeat the same process. So we don't chain nothing in between. We just jump right into the chain space with a double crochet. So we 1, 2, 3, right? And then we chain 2. 1, 2, 3. Repeat the same process. Just jump right into the space. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2. 1, 2, 3. And then we got one last cluster right here. We just jump right into it with a double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Then we chain 2. Then we 1, 2, 3. As you can see, it's starting to form into a square already. So what you do, we don't jump into no more clusters or nothing like that. We slip into the top of that very stitch right here, right at the top. So we're going to do a slip stitch right at the top, right here. Right at the top. You're just going to pull through. And then boom. As you can see, it's already starting to form a square. So in total, we're going to be doing 4 rows, okay? So we got 2 more rows after this. So this is where it kind of get a little tricky. So again, if you need a detailed step, let me know and I can make another video on how I can make this. But we're going to kind of repeat the same process and go with the flow. For my people who already know how to do this. Now, when moving on to this 3rd row, it do get kind of tricky. But remember, we're only going into the spaces. We're not going in between the double crochets or none of that. We're going into nothing but the spaces, okay? So what we do, like how we start every other row, we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to jump right into that chain space. And we're going to add 3 double crochets there. After we made our first cluster, we're going to still chain 2. Like I was saying earlier, some people chain 1, some people chain 2. I chain 2. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Now, look. You got 2 clusters in between. Right here, right? You got a space, cluster, space, cluster. What you want to do is jump into this middle cluster and put 3 double crochets there. Okay? Just jump right into it. 1, 2, 3. And then also, we're not chaining nothing in between, nothing. We're literally jumping into the next chain space. Put in 3 double crochets. Boom. We're going to chain our 2. And we're going to put 3 more double crochets in that same corner space. Okay. This is what it should look like. Again, you're going to repeat that process all the way around until you get back to this point. So you're going to jump right into this middle this middle space. Put 3 double crochets in that space. And then we're going to jump into this corner space and put 3 double crochets there. Then we're going to put chain 2. Then we're going to put 3 more double crochets into that same corner space. Again, not chaining in between, just jump right into that middle space. And then we got this last corner. Again, we're not chaining nothing in between nothing. Except the corner spaces. See, the corner spaces are the only spaces where we're chaining 2 in. When you're in the middle, you're just jumping right into it. So after we chain our 2, again, 3 double crochets. My bad, y'all. My arm is hitting the camera. So right here, this is where it get kind of tricky for some people as well. So where you made your first chain space, that represents your first double crochet. So necessarily you don't have to put 3 double crochets here. You only will put 2. That's the only thing that's different about your 3rd row. You only will have to put 2 right here. I think it's like that for the 4th row too. So you're going to just put 2 double crochets there. And then you're going to slip right into the top of that V-stitch right there. Boom. Now we got 1 more row to go. So the only thing that's different about this row is the same process as the 3rd row, but the only thing that's different is you got two spaces in between each corner space. Once you make your first cluster, you chain 2, then you make your second cluster, and that's your corner. When you see a space, jump right into it with the 3 double crochets. But when you get to that corner, make sure you make your cluster and chain 2. Okay? So we're going to start off how we do every other row. Chain 2. Then we're going to add 3 double crochets as we do before. Then we're going to chain our 2. And now in these spaces, remember, you're only jumping right into them, no chaining or nothing. So just add 3 double crochets there like normal. Just add 3 double crochets there like normal. Same thing with this space. Add 3 double crochets like normal. And then right here, Jump right into it with your 3 double crochets, chain 2, add another cluster in that same corner space. Jump right into that space with 3 double crochets. Another 3 double crochets in that space. Another corner space, you jump into it with the 3 double crochets, chain 2, then another cluster, and you just repeat this pattern all the way around until you get back to where you started. So now right here again, it looked kind of familiar like the last row. It looked familiar. So what you're going to do, instead of going in between the double crochets, you're going to go right past it and put 2 double crochets right behind that, just like that. And then you're going to slip like normal. There you go. This is your first granny square. So how you would do it, you would chain your 2, get your scissors, and then you would snip it just like that. Pull the yarn through and make sure you pull that knot down to secure it. Sometimes people forget to pull that knot down, so stuff come unloose. So, and then what you do, you just snip it like normal. Boom. And there you go. Now, before I started this video, I already made the 4 I need, okay? But before we sew them together, I do need to go back and cut off all these ends.
Because they're going to be in the way if I don't cut them. So, I'm going to cut them now as we speak. But now this is the part where if you're not comfortable sewing with your crochet hook, you
can sew these up with your needle. It's all up to you, your preference on how you do them. Now, in total, you do need 4 granny squares. Okay? You do need 4 of these. Okay? So, after you make your first one, make sure you rewind the video, go back, make 3 more. And then once you get to this part of the video, again, make sure you have your crochet hook or your needle, because this is the part where it gets fun. Now, if we look at this fanny pack, as you can see, there's a front side and then there's a back side. Today, it's all yellow, so we don't have to go through that problem. The main thing that we want to focus on with this is basically getting these corner pieces together and sewing them up perfectly. Okay? So, what I do with my bags, I like to do the join as you go method. There is videos on YouTube on the join as you go method. I'm not going to do step by step in this video, but if you need me to in the future, please comment down below and let me know. But now, since it's all yellow, we don't have a hard time picking out which one is the face. So what we're going to do, basically, this is our first square. You just pick up your first one, whichever one you feel is the neatest. Y'all, but crochet, there is a back side and there is a front side. Please make sure when you're sewing your stuff up, you're not sewing them on the wrong sides. Like, for example, this is right side up and this is wrong side up. Please make sure when you're sewing your stuff together, make sure you sew them wrong side up. Okay? Now, the sides are going to be tricky because basically all you're doing is basically folding one of these granny squares, right? You're folding one of them. And then basically what we're doing, we're sewing. We're basically sewing that side together, that front side together, okay? But when we're sewing it inside out. So when we flip it, it'll be right. You get me? You get me? Okay. So let's get started. So again, get your two. This is my front side, so I ain't gotta worry about that. So my main thing I want to do is making sure that I get the right side. So, mind you, we're sewing it inside out first. So that means when I flip it, it's gonna be like this. But right now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the first corner, we're gonna fold it, we're gonna do it like regular, sew it up like regular. Now there is this little knot right there, but how I like to sew over that so it won't be seen when I flip it inside out. So what we're gonna do the join as you go method. There is videos again on YouTube on doing it step by step. So if you need to go check that out, make sure you go check it out and then come back. So we're gonna just find a spot on the corner, make sure it's lined up, make sure it's straight, and we're gonna put a slip knot right there. We're gonna take the yarn, we're gonna slip it, we're gonna put a knot right there. I'm gonna put a knot right there, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slip stitch in the back loops only, all the way down, okay? So you see the V's? I'm gonna be slipping in the back loops only, okay? It's slip stitch. Once you get to the end, you're going to chain your two. You're going to cut it. And you're going to pull that knot down like so. And also, if you're going to do this method, make sure that when you're slipping your stitches together, make sure you're not doing it too tight. Because if you do it too tight, then it will make one of the sides uneven when you're trying to sew it up together. So make sure you're not tying it up super tight when you're doing this method. We're going to slip that right there. So when you first finish, it should look like this. Now, what you're going to do, remember, you gotta fold it like this. So it's gonna be inside out. Make sure when you get it like this, remember we're sewing it inside out. So don't get it confused. What you're gonna do, alright. So what we're going to do, we're going to basically fold this side like this, okay? And what we're going to do now is sew on the back face to the fanny pack. So you just pick up your next square. Remember, inside out. And we're going to now sew up this corner down to this corner. Okay, it's going to look a little confusing. It's going to look a little bit confusing because remember, it's supposed to look like this. Okay, but it's going to look a little confusing until you sew it up. So what we're going to do now, we're going to just find a stitch, even it up, make sure it's even all the way. Take your yarn. Take your yarn. I'm going to put a slip knot right there. And now we're going to work. Make sure that when you put your slip knot there, make sure that you always keep this side folded. Always keep it folded and make sure that it's even. But now that you got your slip knot there, make sure that it's even and just do the same thing that you did with the other side all the way down. Just slip stitch in the back loops only all the way down. To that very last stitch. So now that you slip stitch all the way down, what's going to make it easier for you in the future, this is what I do. So instead of just cutting the yarn right here and then just automatically sewing on the other side, right, I decide to keep on going and sew all the way through. Just go on and keep going, because this is the bottom of the fanny pack. So just keep on going all the way until you get right about here. Because I promise you, this is going to be easier for you when it's time to sew on the other side.
Make sure that you slip stitch all the way down.
Make sure you pull that knot down to secure it. Cut it. Now it should look like this. Now if you need to go back and you need to, fix it, rearrange it, do so at your own pace. It's not a rush, Just make sure that, everything is lined up neatly and correct, and all that good stuff. So now we're at the final part of the actual bag before we start adding on the details and start making it look more like a bag. So we got one more side to do. As you can see, it's just another corner piece. So all we're going to do is fold it. Pick a side, whatever side you feel like is the neatest. Pick whatever side you want to make the top, the bottom, whatever, all that good stuff. And then just place it, boom, right there. So now what you're going to do, the same process that you did with this middle piece, you got to slip stitch all the way around, all the way till you get back at the top. So I know this part is kind of repetitive. So y'all, I'm going to finish this part off camera. And once I finish this, I'm going to get right back to y'all. But basically, y'all, you're just basically slip stitching in the back loops only of the V stitch. So basically, this is what it looks like. You're just going through the back loops of the V's. Like the back stitch right here. And you're just slipping through. And if you need more help, more detailed on that, there's videos on YouTube for it. If you want me to make a video for it, comment down below. But other than that, I'm going to do this part off camera and I'm going to get right back to y'all. And then we made it to the end. We're going to snip. Don't put that knot down. And boom. Your bag should look like this. Now, we do have some loose ends that we do have to go back and weave in. It's okay. It's fine. That is secured already. So, I don't have to really go back and really worry about too much. That's why I did the chain too and then cut. Okay, there we go. Now that we cut them extra pieces off, your bag should look like this. We're almost there, y'all. So now what you're going to do is flip your bag inside out. You're going to flip your bag inside out. You know, take a look at it. Get a look, get a feel of it, right? Now, sometimes I do line my fanny packs with lining, but I don't have no lining at the moment. But if you guys also want me to do a separate video of me lining the fanny pack, just let me know. And I could do that video anytime because it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. Yeah. So how I did this fanny pack right here. So I didn't put a lining in this one, but I also made sure it was secured on all sides because I really wanted this part to be an opening, right? So what I did, I sewed up the sides so that the sides can be secure and I can just only have this part to be open. Okay? So right now, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take some time and we're going to just sew this up as far as we can get it. Because don't forget, we got to leave room on the end to make the strap. So make sure you can go as far as you can over. Maybe leave like about two to three chains before the actual loop part. Okay, so again, we're going to do the join as you go method. Just slip all the way up, leave about 3 chains on both sides, and then once I get done with that, then we're going to flip it inside out, and then we're going to work on the strap. So how I do it, basically I'll count 3 chains and then just slip right there. And then just start working my way down all the way till I get to this little rib stitch part right here. I'm going to work as close as I can to the middle. So just do the slip knot and just slip stitch all the way down till you get to the middle.
Get as close as you can to the middle. I go all the way until I just can't no more. Literally. And then I go, see.
It's lined up correct. And then boom, boom. Then I just pull it. Pull the knot down. Cut it again. And then do the same thing on the other side. Literally do the same thing on the other side. Right to that last stitch right there. Chain your 2. Cut, pull, cut. So your fanny pack should look like this now. So now, of course, you got to flip it inside out. So just flip it inside out. Don't be afraid to do it. It ain't gonna mess up nothing. It ain't gonna be ugly. Trust and believe me. So you want to flip it inside out. Now, it should look like this. Okay. Now, this is a size small. Mind you, you can go bigger, you can go smaller if you would like when you're making this fanny pack. All you got to do is just add on a couple more rows. Okay? So, this is your actual bag part right here. We completed the bag part. So, now what we're going to do is work on this beautiful, beautiful strap. Now, I didn't come up with the pattern for this strap, but I found it off of Pinterest, and I would love to share it with you guys. So make sure if you decide to do this fanny pack, make sure that you give me a shout out, give a little credit here and there, you know. But this is what we're going to be working on right now. This don't take too long as we speak, and it's pretty easy and it's pretty simple to do. So if you need to stop the video, if you need to rewind it, put it in slow-mo, speed it up, whatever you need to do to make you a better you, please do so. But yeah, let's get started with this strap. So this strap is pretty much simple as it could be, but I'm gonna try to be detailed as I possibly can. Okay, so I did find this pattern from Pinterest. So I can probably insert it somewhere in this video if I can. If I can't, I'm sorry. But if you want to see like the picture, because some people do better with, you know, actually seeing, you know, the pattern physically on paper. So if you need that, just let me know, and I will be sure and happy to send it to you. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is just start with your little slip right there. You want to start with this, and you want to chain 5. So you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now from this point right here, what you're going to do, you're going to chain up 3. This is going to start off your first side to your strap. Now this part kind of do get a little tricky, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, do get a little tricky. Now look, I need y'all to pay attention real quick. This part right here, where my hand is holding, we chained up 3 from that part, okay? Don't worry about this stitch right here, okay? We gonna go into this one. Okay, we're going to go into this second one right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to add 2 double crochets into this stitch right here. We're going to skip one, right? And we're going to go into this one with 2 double crochets, okay? So we're going to skip that one. And we're going to do, oh my God. We're going to do 1. Then we're going to do 2. Now look, we're going to chain 1. Now that we put 2 double crochets into that stitch, we're going to chain 1. After we chain 1, we're going to add 2 more double crochets into that same stitch. Okay, so just add 2 more double crochets. Just like that. Now, you see this one? You see this stitch right here? We're still in the same stitch, mind you. We're going to skip one. Okay, after you put your 2 double crochets into that stitch, what we're going to do, we're going to skip this stitch right here. You can't really see it. Sorry for it being so fuzzy, but we're going to skip this next chain, and we're going to put our last double crochet into this stitch right here. Okay, so it should look like this. Mind you, this is your tail. Don't mind it. Don't mind it, y'all. It may look off, but trust me, it's a part of it. So, now what we're going to do, we're going to chain up 3. We're going to chain up 3. So, we're going to 1, 2, 3. And we're going to turn our work, right? Now, we're going to repeat the same thing that we did from this row for this row. We're going to put 2 double crochets into that space right there, right? We're going to chain 1. Then we're going to add 2 more double crochets into that same space. Now, when you get right here, you might get a little confused. You might be like, hold on, wait a minute. It's looking kind of crazy. I don't know what to do. All you got to do, y'all, is just add a double crochet right here to that very last stitch on the corner. Boom. Okay. Now we're going to chain up 3 again. Turn our work. Add 2 double crochets into that space. Chain 1. Chain 1. Put 2 more double crochets into that same space. Go make sure you're on the end. Make sure that you don't double crochet on top of this one. Make sure you go all the way to the end and try to stick it into that very last stitch. And add a double crochet right there. Okay. So as you can see, we're starting to take on that look. Okay. This is the part where you can freestyle it. You basically can go as long as you want to, however short as you need to. Because some people like their straps long. Some people like their straps kind of short, you know. So we're probably going to roughly make this around the same size, okay? And if you want the exact count for how many times we do this, you do it for a total of 48 for an average size strap. So you'll have to turn your strap 48 times and able to get this same length. So again, I'm going to work on it with you guys one more time, and then I'm going to let y'all, you know, take time out, work on it. Okay, so I'm basically, basically, fix it. All right. So I'm going to work on it one more time with you guys, and then I'm going to let you guys have a go at it on your own time. Please feel free to pause the video, slow the video down, rewind it, whatever you need to do and able to help you, okay? So we're going to do it one more time. So we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn our work, okay? Right in this little space, we're going to add 2 double crochets. 1, 2, right? Once you add your 2, chain 1. Then add 2 more double crochets into that same space. Then you're going to come all the way over past this double crochet, and you're going to stick your hook right into that very last, right there. Hold on. Double crochet. Make sure you put a double crochet right in that very last stitch. Okay? And you're basically going to repeat this pattern all the way until you get done, and or until however you feel satisfied with the length. Okay? So I'm going to work on this a little bit off camera, and I'm going to come right back to you guys once I get my satisfied length on how long I want it to be. Again, if you wanted to match the same length and the same measurements of this one, you have to do a total of 48. So 48 of these will get you the same average length, okay? So I'm going to work on this, and then I'm going to come right back to you guys. Okay, so we're just about finished with the strap. So how you end this, you just basically do like how we've been doing. We just chain our 2, 1, 2, right? And I don't know where my scissors is at the moment, so we're just gonna tear it like that. It's okay, y'all. It's all right. You can tear your yarn every once in a while. So now, what you're gonna need, I know I didn't say this at the beginning, but you are gonna need your needle. You are gonna need this because you are gonna have to sew your strap on to the sides of the fanny pack. And then we got one more step to do right before we're completely done with the fanny pack. So, again, y'all, this is not going to be a step-on-step tutorial on sewing and all that good stuff. If you need a video on how to sew it together onto the fanny pack or just sewing in general, there's videos on YouTube for that. Because I am not a good, teacher on sewing, I would say. But I know there's a good video on YouTube somewhere that could teach you how to sew properly. Hey, I just go for what I know, and it works out for me, okay? But how I usually do it, I just take it, pull it all the way through, tie a knot at the bottom. I take my ends and I tie them together. Make sure I have that knot. And then I just pick a side. So today for this strap, we're going to be putting the straps on the outside of the bag. Okay? We're going to be putting the strap on the outside of the bag. Hold on. So we're going to be putting the strap on the outside of the bag. So we're going to be taking this and putting it right about here. Try to line it up as evenly as possible. Right? And what you want to do, find that edge, find that corner. Make sure you go underneath the V's or in between. Let's see. So make sure that you try to go underneath the V's directly. And then boom. I go through, I go in between. I go in between right here. And I secure it by pulling it all the way tight. So now, when I sew it together, the yarn is not going to fall through the needle or nothing like that. Now, my objective now is to try to keep the project as straight as possible while sewing. So I'm just going to sew this side up real quick for you guys. And then we're going to do the other side, the same thing to the other side. And sometimes when I'm sewing, y'all, I like to go back. Even when I'm on the edge, I like to go back and do like an extra stitch like right next to it. And put that knot right there just to make sure that it's not going nowhere. We are going to weave in these ends, y'all. Don't worry. We are going to weave in these ends so it won't look too crazy. But right here, what you want to do, you basically want to snip off. After you snip that part off, you're basically going to just repurpose the same yarn that's attached. You want to just tie into the knot. My bad for hitting the camera, y'all. Tie into the knot. And you're just going to basically repeat the same thing that you did on this side. Right here on the other side. That's all it is. Again, y'all, this is not a step-by-step tutorial on me showing you exactly how I sew it on here. If you need that video, I'll be happy to send you a link on how to properly sew. Yeah, how to properly sew your work together. What happened? Oh. Once you fix your last end, you pretty much have your fanny pack. But there's one last thing that we gotta do. You see how there's a single row of double crochet around the top? This gives it more security for stuff not to fall out or to be hanging, out as it's in the fanny pack. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to just pick any side. It don't matter where. And what we're going to do, we're going to add one row. You can add one row. You can add 2 rows. Hell, you can add 5 rows if you want to. But today we're going to add 1 row of double crochet. You do not have to do a row of single crochet before you start the double crochet. You could just jump right into it. And then all you're doing now is just adding a double crochet all the way around the board. That's all it is to it. Now, I do have other fanny packs where I do put a lining in it before we sew it up and do all this good stuff right here. That will be another video for another day. But today, I just wanted to upload a video of a simple, easy way to create a simple, basic fanny pack, without having to buy zippers and buy liners and all that stuff. Okay? So right now, y'all, before we end the tutorial, y'all, first of all, I want to say thank y'all for staying and watching. And if you did also use this tutorial pack to create your own fanny pack, please don't forget to give me some credit. Shout me out. Tag me on all platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, all that good stuff. Okay, and another thing we do before we go, we got to do the bag test. We got to do the bag test. That's the main thing. Everybody love a bag test, right? So, basically, I'm going to load this fanny pack up with some things, and we're going to see how durable it holds up, okay? So, first thing first, we're going to grab some keys. We got to always keep our house keys on standby. Mind you, this is a size small fanny pack, too. This is a size small. But you can also upgrade and get bigger ones too. You can make bigger ones, you know. So the first thing we put in there is keys. You know, we got to keep our house keys. Our house keys is our safety key to get the hell home when it's time to go home. Okay? So the second thing we're going to put is a wallet. We're going to put our wallet up in there. We got to keep that in there on standby. What else we going to put? We might want to carry some pens today. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a couple pens in there. Other than that, the last thing you pretty much need to go up in here is what? A phone, right? Your phone, right? Can't go nowhere without your phone. Hold on. Boom. There you go. You have a little fanny pack to walk around with now. You got something to show off your friends. Tell them that you made a crochet fanny pack. You know, you got something that's not too heavy when you're walking around, especially if you're the type of person that don't feel like carrying heavy stuff all the time or don't even feel like carrying light stuff all the time. This fanny pack is good, it's convenient, and take up, you know, fit stuff in here, y'all. It's super convenient. So, yeah, again, y'all, thank you. I appreciate you for watching this YouTube tutorial. Comment down below if this video helped you a lot. If there's any parts in the video where you're confused on and you need a little help, don't be afraid to comment down below and let me know. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and comment down below and let me know that you're new. Other than that, I'm going to let y'all get to y'all fanny packs now. All right, bye.